we'll let you know. Don't discuss your testimony with anybody except the attorneys in this case, okay? And I'll give you plenty of time to come back and see us when we need you, okay?
All right, thank you.
Okay.
I apologize to the court. Before Officer Mahan is excused for the day, I'd like to ask one further question regarding that firearm, following up with what I just asked.
You can never ask one question, Miss Love. Okay? It's not going to happen. It's never going to happen. You always ask more than one question. I wish you'd just stop. But we'll see. We'll see if it's just one. I doubt it.
Watch.
Okay, all right, go for it.
Officer Mahan, can you give the jury the approximate distance from where Mr. Williams was seated in the car to where you found the gun?
Within his arm's reach.
Thank you, that's all I have.
Any further inquiry? Anybody? Okay, Officer Mannheim, before you get asked any other questions, I'm going to go ahead and release you for the evening, okay?
Thank you, Honor.
And wish you the best. We'll talk with you later, all right?
All right.
Please don't discuss testimony of anybody except the attorneys in this case. All right. Thank you, sir. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is 5:50 p.m. And consistent with our promises to you and stopping times, I would recommend that we stop for the day, okay? Let's go through a couple of things to begin with. The first thing is, let's cover go ahead and get rid of the ad nauseum admonitions out of the way. Okay, you're going to be not with us tomorrow, and then you'll have the weekend as a period of respite, and we'll come back on the 4th of December, right? Okay? All right, so we're going to come back for 9 o'clock on that day for our anticipated 9:30-ish start time, okay? So that's the date and time we're going to have you report back. So over the next several days, just want to remind you of your admonitions, okay? Now that you've heard a little bit of some testimony in this case, I know that it might be tempting still, as I mentioned earlier, for you all to start talking amongst each other or having other people, in particular third parties, reach out to you and potentially start to talk with you about that. Remember, especially that is not an acceptable situation for you to be involved in. And remember, if anybody tries to talk with you about it, friends, family, or otherwise, I need to know about it. I particularly need to know if any third parties try and reach out to you, either via email, Instagram, or any other social media sites or somebody or third parties. I know you're not on social media, and I know you're not violating the court's admonition about posting, tweeting, or otherwise talking about this case. But if anybody tries to reach out to you in any way, I need you to contact Sergeant Ingram and let the court know immediately, okay? All right, so just over the next several days, I'm going to ask you this daily, but nobody's supposed to be having any contact with you anyways. But, I just want to remind you that if somebody should, you need to report that to me so we can address it accordingly, all right? Okay. Is it okay for y'all to talk about the case as you're leaving here tonight? All right, how about going on the shuttle? Still not okay in the bathroom, right? Okay, all right, good. Okay, and are we going to talk about it with our beloveds and loved ones? No. Okay, all right. So remember, all the admonitions I gave you in particular still apply, especially the ones involving electronic media. Now that the case is getting a little bit more it may be covered in the press. I know there's a temptation for people to look or otherwise recap what's ever going on. That is not a valid source of evidence. That would be a violation. So please do not look at any print or other online or any other media recapping this case, because that would be a violation of of the admonitions I gave you. So I know you all are going to be conscientious and continue to be conscientious about these particular issues, and we really appreciate that for you being so vigilant in that respect. So enough about that. Leave your notepads in the basket. We'll police up the basket. We'll get your notepads back on Monday morning. Okay, like I said, Ms. Omana secures those, and we do not read them, we do not touch them, and we'll go ahead and get that for you when you return on Monday morning. Go ahead and take a juror sticker, put it in a place that you can find it, and so you can get back in here on Monday morning and identify yourself readily as being a juror in this particular matter. All right. Questions of me? Anybody? Okay, there's one of your member that still owes me some information about a medical test. And related to that, ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned earlier, just going to get my calendar out here right quick. Starting on the 18th, going through the going through the 1st of January. That'll be our downtime period for you all to, prepare for the holidays and take a period of respite. And we will start back up on the 2nd. So if you have any appointments that you need to go ahead and facilitate, that's a good period for you to kind of start to look at that. The other period I'd just kind of tell you up front will be the week of the 15th of January. That's the MLK weeks, the 15th through the 19th. If you have any other appointments or any other things you need to go ahead and take care of, go ahead and you can go ahead and book those at this point in time now without fear of running afoul of anything that we may be doing, okay? All right. Anything else of me? Any questions of me? Any questions, concerns, clarifications? Anyone? Okay, all right. All right, then, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much again for your patience and your understanding to be patient with us, and that you've given us continually throughout this process and will continue to give us. So unless you have any other questions of me, I'm going to go ahead and excuse you until Monday morning, and we'll see you for a 9 o'clock start time, and wish you well, okay? So we'll see you then. All right, all rise.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please receive our various letters.
Okay, earlier we had a bench conference between the court, Ms. Love, Mr. Steele, and were you up here, Mr. Matthews? Yes. Okay, and that was when our microphone listening devices died. So just to put on the record that bench conference, it was written on a piece of paper by Ms. Love, who indicated at that point in time that she was going to advise Officer Monheim not to mention that Jeffery Williams was on probation. That was what we put up here on the bench conference. Counsel, do you have any additions or deletions to what the court covered?
No, sir.
Okay, I just want to make sure that was our bench conference that we went ahead and put on the record. Okay. All right, councils, I believe that we also were going to cover or make sure that going to talk about the list of witnesses. So if you all had an opportunity to actually take a look at the dates that the court gave you, which would be the 18th through the 29th.
We have been looking at it, Judge, and we have some scheduled. We've reached out to these people. We are getting those from our colleagues that are across the way now. We were asking for them as we were finishing up, so we're trying to get them back.
Okay. Have all the defendants, or their counsel, I should say, submitted those witnesses you wish to interview to the state? Have you all had conversation about it?
Judge, I can say on behalf of Mr. Williams, I sent an email to the prosecutors about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock this morning. We've given them a list a few days ago. And we also sent another list this afternoon, request telling them that we are available for the weeks of the 18th through the 29th. Ask them to give us some approximate dates or times whenever we make ourselves available. We are awaiting a response. We have indicated we're available, and we just wanted to tell us what.
Your Honor, we got a list of 55 people from Mr. Adams, Mr. Steele, I guess on behalf of Mr. Williams and the rest of the defendants a few days ago, and that we have been working from. We have not had an opportunity to even look at what was sent this morning. We can't even respond to what was sent this morning since we've been in court. So we do not have any updates on anything sent to us since we've been trying this case today. But we do have updates on the 55 that they gave us the other day.
All right, is there anybody else other than Mr. Williams and Mr. Shard who have submitted witnesses that you otherwise haven't heard from the state? Mr. Matthews, anybody?
No, Your Honor. There's just one witness that I'm going to talk to the state about, but no.
Well, then, sooner rather than later. Who is it?
College.
Okay.
Who we talked about a couple of days ago. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Williams, anybody?
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Weinstein, anybody?
No, Your Honor.
If I don't have, I can't.
All right, let's see.
Your Honor,
Tell me what they
just so
Do I
the
have
city
it?
knows, whatever the
Is it an email?
schedules are for Mr. Adams and Mr. Steele, I'll make sure that I make because we have a lot of overlap, and I'll make myself available.
Ms. Westmoreland?
Yes, sir. Your Honor.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you, Pam. I apologize.
When did they?
The same, Your Honor, between Mr. Steele's list and Mr. Sharp's list, and the availability sent to the state by Mr. Steele, we have the same availability, so I believe we're covered.
Okay.
There's just one other person I'm going to talk to the state about.
All right. Yes, ma'am.
As it relates to availability, we will be, I think that given the court has given us a time frame wherein to make them available, we will apprise defendants, counsels of the times and dates that witnesses are available and will be made available, as opposed to having witnesses conform to their availability.
And please, in your discussions with each other, please be very clear about which witnesses do not wish to be interviewed.
Okay.
So that I can offer at least that they can be attempted to be interviewed before they come testify as witnesses if they are in fact found or identified.
We will definitely do that, Judge.
All right, so I still don't have a physical list. I want to see a physical list.
I can forward it to the court, Your Honor, and,
Oh, you,
It's in email form. We don't
I
have.
tell you what, updated, just send it out as a rough draft, okay? You all need to finalize it by Monday. So I'm going to ask you the same thing on Monday. Tomorrow you will have some time. So my expectation is that you put a fine point on the availability of when these particular witnesses are going to be available. So, and through the weekend. So I can see an actual list on Monday, December the 4th, okay?
Okay, and we have a list. Do you, we'll send, no, don't send this out. We gotta fix it. We'll send out that list, this evening.
All right, so does everyone understand? Does anybody have any clarification about the list of witnesses that are supposed to be interviewed between the 18th and the 29th of December?
Judge, I just want to be clear, so there's no surprises and no one's playing any games, that the list that we've given the state is from the first list that they've given us for the first 3 weeks, so 70. We've given them a list from those 70 witnesses, not to include the additional 330, I guess, since they've indicated they have about 400 witnesses. So that's where that list is coming from. I presume at some point we'll get another list for the ensuing weeks. If there anyone on that list where we've had difficulty getting in contact with and haven't been able to contact by that time, we'll give them that list as well.
And my suggestion, thank you, Mr. Adams, and my suggestion is that you plan on the week of the King holiday. That'll be your next period of time you can spend to interview anybody that you have not otherwise taken care of or been able to reach. So that's going to be my second period of work for you all to be able to interview witnesses, okay?
Sounds good.
Your Honor, and given the nature of the list that we received the first time, just to remain so that everyone is acting in good faith, given that we have witnesses on this list like Detective James Thorpe, who is at the Atlanta Police Department every day, and
you told me that yesterday.
No.
And what did I tell you?
Your Honor,
What did I tell you yesterday? I'm not going back through this, Miss Love.
I'm not asking that the court not require it. I'm asking that the court inquire of counsel whether they have actually made efforts to reach these people. That's all. Because I think it's a little, I'm going to do exactly as the court directed, but Your Honor, I don't think that...
And why are we having the same conversation again, Miss Love?
Because...
This is the third time we've had this conversation.
Only, Your Honor, because there are people who...
And why did I tell you that I was doing this?
You said because you wanted to make certain that the people that were received after September 22nd, that they had an opportunity to interview. And there are people who are on this list that were on the list way before then and that have been available for the defense if they chose or attempted to interview them.
The other challenge that we've had is we've been picking a jury for almost 11 months. So I want to make sure that everybody has the opportunity to do that. Okay. So that's the way that I leaving out the playing field in that respect. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
I understand that everybody may have been at a location, but nobody here has basically been working to select this jury, and that's why the court has told you that I want to make sure that at least you have the opportunity to do so. Okay? Now, whether or not they talk to counsel is another thing, but it would be, I'm asking as a matter of professional courtesy and otherwise, and to make sure that there are no delays in presentation of the case to the jury, or minimize the delays that at least people are able to be talked to, because then you're able to kind of identify issues for me and anything else that may need to kind of come up, as opposed to when the witness is about to come in the door and I got to take 2 hours out to resolve something. So that's what I'm trying to kind of avoid. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Understood.
Okay. All right. So Monday the 4th, we'll look at a hard list for the court's consideration. And is there anything else at this point in time?
Your Honor, did your number 39?
Yo, would you stay out of my business, Miss Love?
Oh, Will.
Stay out of my business.
Judge,
Look.
I'm sorry.
I've been doing this a long time. Yes,
Thank
I
you.
have, yes. And if you really must know,
it's okay.
she's going to reschedule her appointment to the week of the King holiday. You happy? No, you're not happy. But anyways, that's the explanation you're going to get. I'm on top of it.
Judge, I
Okay.
appreciate it.
All right. Yes, Mr. Sharp.
Your Honor, in an effort to make things go smoothly next week.
No, you're not trying to do that. You're just trying to get in my business as well.
No, not in your business, no, Judge. No. We have a list of the witnesses stipulated on calling on Monday.
Okay, who are you calling next week, man? Monday, Tuesday. Let's just say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
We'll get that. We'll provide that by tomorrow with the court's permission by close of business.
I don't trust that's not going to be done. Okay, so let me just kind of so nobody's at fault. Nobody's kind of says, hey, I didn't get it, whatever else. Can you at least tell me or who you plan on calling on Monday, the 4th?
Go ahead. Your Honor, we haven't had an opportunity to speak with our investigation team, so we can know who exactly is ready. So we
That's
can
the
just.
last time I'm gonna accept that answer, okay? Because you got 5,100 people that work in your office, all right? So you can get, or at least be able to tell me in advance who you think you're going to be able to call the next day, okay? So if you could tell your team, the judge is going to ask me this question, so please go ahead and have who you're going to call. I mean, I understand the essences of calling witnesses and everything else, but for the most part, you're probably going to have a stock number of people you're probably going to call.
We did, and that's the reason that we gave them the list of people that we intend to call over the.
Yeah, but 70 witnesses is kind of a little bit kind of old. You know, that's a lot. I mean, you know.
Can we at least get an opportunity to get back to the office and speak with our team? Oh, okay.
He said it's last time, but he's not. So yes, we've been doing scheduling based on how things have been going, and that's the only reason.
All right, please don't let me get any emails tomorrow or over the weekend saying that witness list has not come out, because they need to be able to prepare for who you're going to call on Monday, okay? And I think that's only fair. So can we have that list to them by noon tomorrow?
Yes, we will get that to them by noon tomorrow.
And
they will be from the list of people that.
And copy me. Yes, that's fine. I mean, but they just need to know so they can prepare like you all preparing, all right?
Judge, I'm sorry, I'm unclear. Is that list we're getting by noon tomorrow only the Monday witnesses?
Yes,
or
only
Tuesday witnesses?
the Monday witnesses. If you have the other witnesses, let's just say, if you could provide the tentative witnesses you're going to call through Wednesday, okay?
Okay.
Through Wednesday, and then Mr. Sharp can ask me about it on Monday again.
Okay.
Judge, is it too much to ask the state?
Yes.
To associate the list with the acts.
Yes, it is, because
Yeah.
I already asked them to.
Yeah. They've been doing a pretty nice job of kind of before they call the witness to tell you which one. So I think there's no surprise at this point in time. So, Mr. Matthews, no, they don't have to do that, but I think they've been doing that as they've been calling their first several witnesses.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. All right, anybody else? Anyone?
No, sir.
Okay.
Not over here.
All right. So, all right, folks, unless there's anything else from me, thank you for what you do, and I'll see everybody Monday, the 4th of December at 9 a.m. for an anticipated 9:30 start time, okay?
Yes, Your
All
Honor.
right.
Thank you.
All right, we're in recess. Good night.
You arm your company with the most powerful server hardware you can, but now you can achieve 125 times faster processing and use up to 50% less energy. Cove SDM, the first software-defined memory solution. Achieve more at cove.com.